Okay. So I'm late. I'm a little bit late. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more of that boxing. Let's get it. Oh man, it feels good to be back. Smash the like button. I know there's some people in here who ain't hit the like button yet. Y'all having some weird conversation. LJ says she only allowed out of the house 1 hour a day. I thought she was in prison. 23-hour lockdown, huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, you motherfucker. All right. Okay. LJ says she's in Australia on 23-hour lockdown, huh? Yeah. Look at LJ locked down. Lock him down. That's what I'm talking about, Australia. Lock it down. Phenomenal Mexican. It's okay, E. Dillian is still asleep. Oh, wow. Even with you being late. You petty. My man, Phenomenal Mexican, he petty, bro. Yeah, let's get it. Yeah. Smash the like button. What's up with Cursor? And IC69, he a snitch. IC talking about, oh, if this was a job, he'd be fired. Who's gonna fire me? I'm my own boss. Something you might not never know nothing about. Who gonna fire me? I do what I want. I go live when I want. I wake up when I want. I talk to who I want. Yeah, let's get it. I feel better now that I got something to eat. All right, listen. Let's talk about Terence Crawford. I want to talk about the Terence Crawford options. It's looking a little bit, dare I say, shaky. Before I give my thoughts, who should Crawford fight next? I want to know from y'all. Who should Crawford fight next? Brooke? Icy says somebody. Keith Thurman? A name? Oh, wow. Thurman? All right. Listen. This is the issue. I got a couple issues. Can we talk about some issues? I know the haters are mad, so get your tissues, but I want to talk about some issues. Look, I rate Crawford. I respect Crawford. I've covered Crawford's career, covered his fight. I've shown mad love. Now, this is a moment where there's things about Crawford's career, like recent moves, more or less, where I predicted this would be the situation, and it's playing out just as I thought. I don't know if you guys remember. I remember I did a live stream when Crawford signed the top rank extension. This wasn't that many years ago. He re-signed the top rank, and he was promised like $2-3 million a fight, whatever the report said. A lot of people, when I did that video, they were being harsh on Crawford. They're saying, "Oh, big mistake. He shouldn't have did it. He should have went to PBC. Why did he re-sign?" And on that video, I said, I understand where you guys are coming from, but this is the decision Crawford made. Let's see how it plays out. And I was being optimistic. But as time went on, I told you guys on my channel that this was on a collision course because Crawford is too good to fight unknown people. He's too good to fight journeyman type fighters. He's too good, and the perception of him and where he's rated is too high to not fight people that you or me, dedicated boxing fans, have heard of. And I told you this was going to create complications because more than likely his network, his promoter, would not be able to provide him. And I've been saying this for a while, provide him the necessary names to really excite fans. And Ego Stradamus, like clockwork, that's where we're at right now. That's where we at right now. Crawford, the biggest thing that has eluded his recent career, he's fought, listen, I'm a fair critic. Crawford has fought various styles. You got to applaud him for that. He doesn't fight one style, like only sluggers or only brawl. He'll fight any style. Tall, short, fat, skinny, slow, fast, hand speed with no hand speed, brawler, boxer. Like he's southpaw, ortho. He's fighting different styles. But the biggest thing that has eluded Crawford is he's fought some difficult stylistic, like if those guys fought other people, they could create issues for those other people. But all of the guys, what the main component they were missing was that brand, that name recognition. And in this modern age of boxing, that hurts. That's going to hurt you because people want to see the big names and the big fights as well. Like if you had some of those names plus you had a big name, then that's one thing. And for the longest, I've been saying this. If Crawford got Pacquiao like they should have gave him on Top Rank, on ESPN or HBO at that time, then he wouldn't be in quite the situation he's in right now. Because at the very least, he could say, shut the hell up, I beat Pacquiao, if he fought him and beat him. But when he was with HBO and Pacquiao was with HBO, when he was with Top Rank and Crawford was with Top Rank, still is with Top Rank, they never made the fight. Now, I ain't got to say much. You could check my G-files. I've made videos for years pushing for that fight because I thought it was awesome for boxing. But the thing is, the game waits for no one. So other players emerge, other people do well, have great performances. Other people might stall out, people lose, get knocked out, whatever the case may be. And that's kind of what it is. They didn't strike while the iron was hot when they were both on Top Rank. And now Crawford doesn't even have a Pacquiao name, which is somebody that he could have and should have been able to fight. Now, one thing that I've said about Top Rank, and I still believe this, I don't feel they market African-American black fighters with the same pizzazz as others, be it Mexican, Hispanic, or other Eastern Europeans. When they have guys like that, they seem to do different things with them and, roll out the red carpet, i.e. Lomachenko. Lomachenko has been around probably less time than Crawford. You know what I mean? And Tyson Fury, for damn sure, came to the Top Rank ESPN situation well after Crawford was already known about. But you see the ESPN, they gave the red carpet treatment to Tyson Fury, a person who's failed drug tests before, not once, but twice, person who said anti-Semitic comments that have offended, women's rights groups, etc. He has the Glovegate 1 and 2, but they rolled out the red carpet for him. And meanwhile, Crawford's in this predicament. So, a lot of people, they projected this moment for Crawford. He needs the name. Now, it leads me to modern day. Smash the like button. Y'all got to get these likes up. Listen, we got to boost these likes up. There's going to be a real short stream unless we can get the likes up. Stop playing with me. Now, this is the problem. Right now, as of recently, Crawford has had various people in general pressing his line, trying to check that temperature. This wasn't always the case, but now it has been recently. And the bad thing is, it's all at once. It's all at once. So people like myself, consider Crawford a boogeyman, right? Why re-sign with the man who killed the biggest fight in Pacquiao? I don't get it. You got to be a businessman in this game. If you ain't a businessman and about your business, then these are the evils that come with it. But that is absolutely true. Bob Arum has an interview where he literally said, I detonated the Pacquiao-Crawford fight because I felt bad for Manny or something to that effect. I didn't want to see Manny hurt. Yeah, but so you didn't want to see Manny hurt, so you robbed Crawford of the opportunity. You robbed him of the opportunity to have a name like Pacquiao. Meanwhile, Pacquiao came over to PBC, and Broner got a crack at him and Keith Thurman. They both lost, but they still had the chance. Crawford was with Pacquiao on the same. That's like Death Row Records 95, 96. And Death Row, they got Daz Dillinger, they got Corrupt, DPG, Snoop, Tupac, Dr. Dre, and Tupac don't do a song with Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre don't hook him up with no beats. Daz Dillinger killing you. He don't hook Pac up with no beats. You know, Pac and Snoop don't get down on the track together. What would be the point? Why are you guys all on the same label and you don't work together? Shout out to my man Blue Blood Sports TV. It's not looking good on his part. Salute to my bro. Shout out to Blue Blood. Man, I'm just speaking the truth, bro. It is what it is. I fuck with Crawford, but I fuck with the truth too. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense to be on Death Row in 1995 and you don't get no Dre beat. You don't get a beat from Daz. They're ill producers. Why would you not work with them? Why was Pacquiao and Crawford on the same record label, the same roster, yet they never fought? And then Bob Arum years later said he told you why. He said, I made sure the fight didn't happen and gave some cap-ass reason. So now it's looking bad because somebody who was considered a boogeyman and is definitely prideful, he's getting approached and attacked from various angles, and culminated by the fact that keep cooking ego. They want me to keep cooking. All right, I got you. Chef Boyardee. Punctuated by the fact that Gary Russell is a 126 pounder and he's trying to embarrass Crawford and apply maximum pressure. Listen, when Mikey called out Errol Spence, the very first, when he first did the radio interview and he tried to call him out, I said, no, that's a bad fight for Mikey. He shouldn't fight Errol. But then it gets to a point where Mikey would not stop talking about how he wanted to move up to welterweight and fight Errol Spence. So guess what? People like myself was like, all right, go ahead and get it. If you that confident. And he teamed up with Snack and all this stuff. Mikey had a couple of snacks, right? He had some snacks and try to bulk up. Go ahead and get that work then. Listen, in this boxing world, Kevin Slims, salute. Salute, Ego, Blue, Chat, we working. In this boxing world, there comes a time where if somebody's just testing you and they keep testing you and they won't leave you alone, you might have to consider it, you know? I don't care who, like, you know, people always have all these excuses and, oh, Gary's too small, Gary's too little, all that shit. He ain't talking like he's too little. Like, this is not a pro Gary Russell, anti Crawford. I fuck with both of them, you know, from my perspective. I'm just a boxing fan. So I'm not protecting anybody. Like, listen, this is what I understand. If this is your energy in boxing, don't watch my channel because me and you know, we don't have too much in common. If your energy is to just talk about what would happen but never see it, you're not gonna like my channel because I'm not really about that. Like, I want to see it. I don't want to see, like, if you in the mall and you see a female wearing a dress and some heels and she got a banging body just like plick out, like, you know, her body is banging. I don't want to talk to the homies about, man, I bet she like this in the bedroom and boom, boom, boom. I want to see what that's going to be like. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to talk about it and talk about how good she would be in the bed. I'm trying to smash. You know what I'm saying? Only in boxing do you have this foolish shit from the fans, and they rather talk about having sex with the girl than to actually have sex with the girl. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you know, I want to take her and da-da-da-da. Bro, ain't nothing to talk about. Fuck is we talking about? She got body and stuff, and you rather yap and talk about what it would be like one night with this chick and this dreamy chick. And I ain't talking. I'm gonna shoot my shot or whatever. Ain't nothing to talk about. But in boxing, I've said it for years, LSI, let's see it. I don't care what you think would happen. Show me. If Gary get his little ass beat, then that's what it was. That's like Nas' album. It was written. If Crawford have, get beat, then it was written. Like, I'm not here to prevent that. But all I'm saying is Gary Russell is relentless. He's like nonstop. And he's trying to pull Crawford's card, and he's talking about, we sent you an offer and all this stuff. I broke your jaw. You didn't do nothing. I caught you lacking at the bleachers and punked you, and you was with your mans, and I punked you and you didn't say nothing. I didn't sucker punch you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it gets to a point, like I said, Mikey Garcia, I get the initial thing. People didn't want to see him fight Errol Spence. But he would not stop talking about Errol Spence. Go ahead and get that work then. I remember I talked to Errol Spence, interviewed him a long time ago in Vegas. It was for Lotta versus Hurd. He was at that fight. And I asked him, and he laughed at the Mikey thing because he thought Mikey was just clout chasing or something. He wasn't looking at it like a real fight. But then the networks heard about it, and they're like, damn, Mikey, are you serious? Is you serious with this Errol stuff? And then it turned out he was really serious because he actually went through with it. Against his brother's wishes, fans' wishes, his dad's wishes, he really went through with it. So it's the same situation here. I can understand it being weird because he's smaller, but don't act like we ain't seen mismatches before. Like we ain't watched Canelo Amir Khan. Like we ain't seen Canelo Rocky Fielding. Like we ain't seen Triple G versus half his resume, Steve Rose. So now all of a sudden everybody, they have these high value, oh, Gary's too small. This is a pure mismatch. Man, I don't care about none of that. If Golden Boy put that stripper killer with Senicia Estrada, who just beat an Olympian and she was 18-0, then it is what it is. Golden Boy put Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz in a third fight, and they were about 50. It was about a 50 pack. 50 plus 50, that's 100. There was a century between the two of them. There was a century years old. And Golden Boy had no problem making that fight, and some of y'all watched it. So don't tell me about, oh, he's too little, dude. He's, bro, he ain't talking like he little. He talking like he King Kong out here. So something must happen. Something must happen. That's how I look at it. Bro, he's screaming on him nonstop. And I'm just telling you one angle of it. Half his resume. You know what I'm saying about Triple G. Bro, they were putting... they just put Triple G in there with Wakandan soldiers and shit. You had Babatunde. Like, who the fuck is Babatunde? They just getting random Africans for Triple G when he was coming up. Triple G, yeah, Babatunde. Like, bro, who is Babatunde? Man, get him out of here. They was going to Ghana, just getting random ass Jimun Hunsus and random ass people. And Triple G had no problem fighting them. Babatunde and Triple G. And y'all paid for it. Y'all was wearing shirts, Mexicans for Golovkin and Good Boy and Big Drama. And yeah, Big Drama. Nothing Mexican style. Y'all was doing all that stupid shit. But now little Gary can't get no work. Fuck is y'all talking about? But Triple G out here fighting, like, bro, he fighting Asunama Babatunde and shit. Who the fuck is that? Who is Babatunde, man? Stop playing with me. He fighting Jimun Hunsu out here, and y'all ain't said a motherfucking thing. Stop it. You some weak-ass boxing fans lying on the game. I can't stand liars like that. Motherfuckers lie on their dick and shit. Man, I was with Lisa last night. She let me hit. And then for a damn sure that Lisa was with you and shit and she didn't let you hit. Like, you, bro, you a liar. I'm lying. Triple G wasn't fighting Baba Tunde and shit. G-Moon Hunsu. Blood Diamond. You took everything. He was fighting Blood Diamond with Leonardo DiCaprio. And y'all ain't said shit. Now, oh yeah, Gary Rutt. Now we got morals and shit in boxing. When Golden Boy put that little 42-year-old housewife with Sinicia Estrada on DAZN and charged you for it on the Virgil Ortiz, Samuel Vargas card, you didn't say nothing. Now all of a sudden, we got morals. Like I said, half of Triple G's resume be Baba Tunde and Miss Doubtfire. Hello, oh Daniel. It was a run by Fruitin. Bro, Miss Doubtfire, what the fuck, bro? Triple Golovkin versus Miss Doubtfire. Who ordered this? Oh no, Daniel. Ooh. Do look like a lady. Bro, Miss Doubtfire, ain't nobody ordered this Robin Williams shit. You trying to give us it? Now all of a sudden, people, they don't want Gary Russell to get a shot. But it's not even just about Gary Russell. It's about multiple people. There's multiple reasons to not fight him. But, like, listen, I'm a straight shooter. Steak and potatoes. I'm a gorilla, I'm a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a gorilla. Man, I'm Thriller in Manila. I'm a gorilla, I'm a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a gorilla. Smash the like button. Listen, I'm a straight shooter. My thing is this. Old media constantly put their foot in their mouth because they do this. Yap, yap, yap. They say a lot of stuff, and I could rock with that. If that's your real line of thinking, but where it always comes back is, where it always comes back is where we use your words, not that I said, not that I suggested, but your words against you. And it always happens like that. It always happens like that. It always happens where the words you're saying get used against you. That's just the reality of it, man. That's the reality of it. So, for example, people would say like Canelo or Triple G, right? And they would say, oh, what has Charlo done? What has Andre done? Oh, they ain't got no ticket sales. How many tickets they sold? These are all the excuses on why they shouldn't get Canelo or Golovkin, right? But we know you capping because we know those people have fought other undeserving people or other weak fights that nobody called for with those same rules that you had for certain people. Like Charlo got to go through this gauntlet of fights. He got to fight in the Kumite to get Canelo or Triple G. Same thing with Andre. But Rocky Fielding, he didn't have to do shit. He didn't have to sell a bunch of tickets in America and build his profile and all this weird stuff. But he got the Madison Square Garden fight. But it couldn't have been Andre because he needed to build his profile. And, you know, Charlo got to do this and sell tickets. That's how I know they capping. When fans say that stuff, that's how we know you capping. You should be in college, you Kappa. Bars. I said you should be in a fraternity, you Kappa. Here come the hot Kappa murderer. You should go and join a fraternity because you Kappa. You Kappa. Bars. So we know what it is, bro. Amir Khan, he got sliced up by Canelo. Eesh, eesh, eesh. He didn't have to do nothing. He didn't have to sell no tickets. All he had to do is eesh, and get knocked out. And he got the Canelo fight. Andre got to, like I said, he got to fight Jacobs and fight Charlo first to prove his worth, and like I said, go through this real world versus road rules challenge and do all this stupid shit to get Canelo or Triple G. Steve Rose, he ain't got to do nothing. He could just keep his ass fighting 10 rounders in Canada and he get the call. No problems, no questions asked. But Charlo, that would be too much like Wright. Now, in the case of Crawford, same rules apply. Listen, Team Crawford, Bomac Crawford. Bomac is his manager. Bomac just went on record on TBV, did an interview, and Bomac said, we aren't interested in Kell Brook, Keith Thurman. Them guys don't have a belt. Guess who we're looking for? Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao. Now, if that was your logical thinking, whatever. But I told you, that's not good because Errol Spence already had the Danny fight announced. So you knew you weren't getting Errol Spence. If you look at the internet, you will see articles about Pacquiao not fighting because there's no crowd, which is something that, we knew was a possibility because Pacquiao never came out with an opponent. And with no crowd, being a Hall of Famer and someone who has the ability to draw a live gate, we knew there was a chance that Pacquiao might not fight this year. Exhibit A. Freddie Roach says Pacquiao won't fight this year. He'll box once or twice before retiring. New media. So both of the options that Bomac said aren't really feasible. It's not feasible. Bud already had a fight, or excuse me. Errol Spence already had a fight. And Pacquiao, the logistics of him fighting don't make sense because he's going to command a certain purse. He's a Hall of Famer. He's coming off a great Keith Thurman win, and there's no crowds with the pandemic. Right? So, the two people you said you wanted to fight, it's like Top Rank kind of uses this angle with some of their top guys. They'll put out these big fights, and then they'll have a roadblock to why it can't happen. And then that's supposed to appease fans to justify why they made the lesser fight. But Bomac literally said, we ain't trying to fight Keith. He ain't got no belt. Get him out of here. But now they're saying they tried to listen. This is all fact. This is not like opinion. There's reports from The Athletic, from sources that say they try to get Jose Cito Lopez for Terence Crawford, but he's likely to fight on the Errol Spence pay-per-view with Danny Garcia against Maurice Hooker. So why would he not take a big card, not go to someone else's network, not fight on pay-per-view? Crawford versus Jose Cito Lopez is not a pay-per-view. They'd be foolish to put that on pay-per-view. So everything makes sense. Maurice Hooker is probably a more winnable fight that most people would think. Like if you had to give Jose Cito Lopez a chance to beat Crawford or Maurice Hooker, I would say his odds would be better with beating Maurice Hooker. And again, it's on pay-per-view. He'll probably make more money. You don't have to get lowballed. It might not be as difficult to fight, whatever. Because Maurice Hooker, we don't know what he's really like at 47. That's new to him. So, but wait, there's more. Now I'm about to kick the actual facts. See, I put it in a perspective that you can't deny. You could be the biggest Crawford, Bomac, or Omaha fan, but what I'm saying, you can't deny it unless you're just in denial. Slow it down. I just did you. I said you can't deny it unless you're in denial. Let's get it. I'm going to put them in the Egyptian river. These dudes in denial. Egyptian river, denial. I'm going to put them in denial. Oh, my gosh. Bars. Look. The report suggests that Crawford was open and going, like they were trying to fight Jose Cito, but then he got another opportunity because Hooker went over there from DAZN. So let's unpack this. Bomac just did that interview. Right? And he said, we don't want Keith Thurman because he ain't got no belt. But Keith Thurman just last year beat Jose Cito Lopez. I said I threw him in the Egyptian river. These dudes is in denial. Bars, let's get it. Listen again. Bomac said we do not want to fight Keith Thurman because we're looking at Spence and Pacquiao. I told you why that wasn't realistic. So take them off the list. You said Keith Thurman didn't have a belt, but guess what Keith Thurman does have? A win over Jose Cito Lopez. So how can you fight Jose Cito Lopez, a guy that Keith Thurman beat, aka in the minds of boxing fans, Keith Thurman leftovers, but you don't want to fight Keith Thurman because he don't have a belt. Jose Cito Lopez don't have a belt, and he lost. You could say, oh, he did good, and he almost stopped Thurman. Boxing almost don't count. Dillian White almost didn't get knocked out, but he got knocked out. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, almost don't mean nothing. And let's not forget, Keith Thurman, he had a rough time with Jose Cito Lopez, but he also hurt Jose Cito Lopez early and dropped him. And he came back, and I thought he was the proper winner. I just thought in the middle rounds he struggled a bit, and he was getting hurt. But either way, he won the fight fair and square. So how can you not fight Keith Thurman because he don't have a belt, but you can fight someone he beat who also doesn't have a belt? That's strike one. Here's strike two. You said you want to fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence has a win over Kell Brook. Errol Spence has a belt, but you knew you wouldn't be able to fight him because he's occupied. So that's Errol Spence's leftovers, Kell Brook, and that's who they're saying Crawford is in negotiations with. See, this is why it doesn't behoove you to say these things that Team Crawford were saying, because you said you only want Errol or Pacquiao. Not realistic. But now you're in negotiations, and they're saying a $1.5 million offer was like leveraged or made to Errol Spence's leftovers, a guy he knocked out, Kell Brook. And then you said Keith Thurman, we ain't interested in that because he don't have a belt. But a guy Keith Thurman beat and almost knocked out in the early rounds last year, Jose Cito Lopez, you were trying to negotiate with him. This don't make sense, man. Yeah, again, listen, you could be the biggest fan in the world, but that don't make sense. That's why you got to watch what you say, because it has to make sense. You said you only want guys with belts, and I told you there's only a couple guys with belts at welterweight. Errol got 2, and that wasn't realistic. Pacquiao has the other belt because he unified or he condensed the belts with Keith Thurman, and Bud. So Bud can't fight himself, so that's 2 people. In a stacked welterweight division, beggars can't be choosers. You can't just be like, oh, if I don't get these 2 guys, then who cares? We don't want to fight. Do you see what I'm saying? So you knew Pacquiao was a chance. That's why Bob Arum was saying all this Middle East stuff and Pacquiao and Crawford in Dubai. I ain't make one video about that because I knew it was cap. So it's looking bad, bro. It's looking bad because this is what your team's saying. Like they made it look like Crawford was finna fight Pacquiao. I never believed that. Now that Freddie Roach, Pacquiao's trainer, today there's an interview that was posted on Boxing Scene, an exclusive interview. He said Pacquiao ain't even fighting this year because of the pandemic and the logistics and the landscape of no crowd. So now Terence Crawford is faced with the harsh truth of fighting somebody that doesn't have a belt, like Kell Brook. They tried to get Jose Cito Lopez, but those are guys that got beat by PBC guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a bad look, and this is a situation that Terence Crawford and his team have put him in, because that's why I implore you guys to think. You got to be realistic when you're giving your boxing, commentary. I know I try my best to. That's why I don't look crazy. Listen, I'm not going to strain my voice, but y'all need to get the likes up ASAP. Y'all going to send likes or loot, super chats or likes. My time is not free. So y'all need to figure that out. or we just wrap this up because I got stuff to do anyway. Yeah, it takes a couple seconds, man. But anyway, this is why it's not looking right. And then here's the other issue when it comes to Crawford. You got multiple people from multiple angles all saying, pick me, I'll fight you, I'll be a Huckleberry. And then Crawford's team somehow, some way is directly or indirectly turning it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay. So Sean Porter, people are like, yeah, Sean Porter Crawford. Great fight. Porter looked awesome in his last fight, tune-up with Sebastian Formelia, right? They said, oh, that's my friend. That's my friend. Y'all think I would duck Porter? You're stupid. But then Porter comes after that, says he did an interview, which is on the YouTube, and he said directly, I talked to Crawford directly. I'm not going to say everything that we discussed, but the overall gist of what we discussed, he says that Terence Crawford told me, now is not the time. I got some other stuff brewing. Those are his words exactly. He says, now is not the time. I got other stuff cooking and brewing. But he clearly don't have an opponent actually done. So how can you tell Porter that you have something brewing and then it didn't happen? See, like, I don't know. I don't know if Porter's just like Crawford. I don't know if Crawford's just not up on his business and he's just being told whatever. Bob Arum's telling him, hey, Terence, I'm working on a fight with Manny Pacquiao for the Philippines or the Middle East. They said the money is there, and we can, I don't know if he's just telling it, and Crawford's like, okay, boss, and he's just taking it at face value. Now, where's Tim Bradley at now? Ooh, yeah. Icy laughing because that's bars. He knew Myron Dinner came with it. Yeah, Bradley, old bald milk dud ass head. He's begging. He's like, the only PBC fighter that's real is Deontay Wilder because he's fighting Fury. Crawford is begging. He's begging. Yeah, that's a great thing. Where is bald head Bradley at a time like this? Because now you said every PBC was ducking him. Every PBC dude, he's begging. Motherfucker sound like a ghost and shit. He's begging. Motherfucking Paul Bearer and shit. Undertaker, I know Crawford, and he's begging. That motherfucker was talking like Paul Bearer screaming and shit. Oh, Undertaker, I've waited all my life. Oh, he's bad. Motherfucker, you got Parkinson? Motherfucker shaking and shit. Anyway, bro, motherfucker, he's bad. Oh, he's bad. Oh, like, you doing too much. You doing too much, cuz. Like, cuz, you doing too much. Motherfucker. Oh. Motherfucker be too amped and shit. Tim Bradley be like screaming on some shit. Like, you remember that bitch from Total Recall with the red hair? He's like, how long are your trip? 2 weeks. Do you have any fruits or vegetables? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And you remember the motherfucker kept saying 2 weeks and shit? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Quaid. They were like, bro, that shit was super obvious. It was Quaid. That motherfucker, you have any fruits or vegetables? 2 weeks. 2 She started doing hella extra. Like, bitch, what the fuck? She started malfunctioning and shit. 2 weeks. Start hitting that Harlem Shake. 2 weeks. Like, bitch, what? She started wilding at the airport. Yeah, motherfucker screaming and shit. Anyway. YouTube be tripping. Oh, they don't let you send a super chat. Yeah, they be hating. They see I'm making too much money, so they try to put a cap on it. Yeah, so Baldhead Bradley did all that. He's begging shit. Shit, Gary Russell begging. That's what he sounded like he wanted to fight that bad. If Crawford was begging when Bradley said it, then Gary Russell was on that ass, bro. That motherfucker, Gary Russell, he begging like Keith Sweat. Nobody can give you what you need. Bro, he begging like Keith Sweat, whining and shit. Trying to get that. I know, girl, you got me testing out, yeah. That motherfucker, if Crawford was begging previously, then Gary Russell, like I said, he must be Keith Sweat and shit. In the midnight with my body feeling for you, baby. Gotta call you up and let you know what I'm feeling, baby. 911-0020. Baby, just been if I let you down. So, man, it's just whatever. You know everything I'm saying is true. So, Kell Brook is considered Errol Spence leftovers. He stopped him. And what's the name? Jose Cito is considered Thurman leftovers. Myron Denner said Gary Russell on Bud helmet. That's what I'm saying. And then Crawford team, they said something like, or fans I've seen, they're saying like, oh, Bud won't get credit. He won't get credit for beating Gary Russell. But, I mean, imagine if Errol Spence let Mikey scream. Like, see, listen, I like Mikey. Mikey, all he was doing to Errol was saying he wanted to fight. And he was saying, I see something. Gary Russell's violating. But imagine if Mikey was violating, saying he punked Errol Spence and broke Errol's jaw in the past and the amateurs or something. That's bro. We talking about some different shit. And Mikey wasn't disrespectful like that. He wasn't being disrespectful. He was just kind of calling out the fight, saying he sees vulnerability. I see something. You know what I mean? And bro, I told you it's all about new media, digital mob. Told you it's digital mob over here. You can't win. Like Adrian said to Rocky in Rocky 4. You can't win. You can't win with us, bro. Cause I'm hitting y'all over the fucking head. I'm hitting you over the noggin with so much truth. You don't know. You can't do nothing. It's just I'm feeling like Povetkin right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just slide and catch you with the left hook or the left uppie. We just hitting you with too much truth. Everything I'm saying is true. And here's the funny thing. But wait, there's more. Crawford and Gary Russell, fans are saying, oh, he's too little. He's too little. But Gary Russell is every day, every other day taunting him, right? These same fans ain't said shit when Rigondeaux was accepted by Lomachenko. Rigondeaux was little as a motherfucker. Whatever Rigondeaux weighs now, I weighed when I was like a fetus and shit. Was he like 118? I was weighing that shit like 11 months old and shit. You see what I'm saying? So them little kid weights to me. Them little baby weight. I was weighing, bro, I outweighed him in the second grade and shit. Them little ass weight, and little sperm weights and all that. You see what I'm saying? And ain't nobody had no problem with Lil Rigondeaux going up 2 divisions to fight Lomachenko. That was a top-ranked fight, main event. ESPN, main event. But now, all of a sudden, people are saying, oh, no, Gary's too small. But why you ain't say that to Rigondeaux? Rigondeaux did the same thing. He talked himself into an ass whooping. So if that's what it's going to be with Gary Russell, then what's the difference between Rigondeaux, Lomachenko, Mikey, and Errol Spence? Let Gary Russell talk himself into an ass whipping. But the way he's telling it, he don't seem like he feels it's going to be an ass whipping. So the motherfucker making me curious about it. I swear to you. Let him talk himself. If that's what it's going to be, it's going to be what it's going to be. Crawford said, if I see you in a street fight, I'll break your neck. Gary Russell had a great response to that. He just did a recent video, and he said, "Come on, Slim, you was talking about you'll break my neck. You had that opportunity to fight me and get paid to do it. So what are we talking about? You see what I'm saying? So again, I need that same energy. Boxing got to provide that same energy. Rigondeaux moved up 2 weight classes. He kept fucking with Lomachenko, kept poking a stick at the dog, and then if you get bit, you get bit. Rigondeaux was doing the same thing. He kept going and posting memes and shit. And then Lomachenko said, all right, enough of that. So I wouldn't be mad at Crawford. I wouldn't be mad at all. And it's a pandemic fight. I wouldn't be mad. And the thing is, Gary Russell, I don't know what his money's like, but he's not the most active dude. So I can imagine, even his fight with Lomachenko, the reported number, I don't even know if he got a full meal. I think he got like 600,000 to 800,000, something like that. So what I'm saying is you could probably get a Gary Russell Jr. fight done for a decent amount. Like, okay, you offer Kell Brook $1.5 million. Gary might mess around and take the $1.5 million. You see what I'm saying? And it has a inherent storyline. You know? I still gave Errol credit for beating Mikey because I still rate Mikey. I still rate him. You know what I'm saying? Man, this is sad. My boy Icy young as shit, and he be dropping that knowledge. Y'all don't even know what y'all dealing with. Here's a question. Shout out to Jamba Juice. What's a bigger fight? Gary Russell Crawford with all this drama and soap opera stuff, or Kell Brook? Or Kell Brook. Kell Brook's a British fighter. He don't have the same trash talking ability. There's not too many British guys that I've seen. There's not too many British guys that I've seen that have the gift of gab when it comes to trash talking. Americans just do it in a different way. You know? Gary Russell's talking greasy. He said, and you don't have to worry about pay-per-view or fans for Gary Russell Jr. That's what I'm saying, and it already has the build-up. Good point from Blue Blood. It already has a build-up, bro. Kell Brook ain't gonna trash talk the same. The UK just be using this weird-ass language and shit. No one even, oh yeah, I'm gonna bake you a chocolate brownie. I'm gonna chocolate brownie for lunch and dinner. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I got a fudge sickle. Like, fudge sickle? That shit sounds sus, to be honest. That motherfucker talking about desserts and shit. I'm trying to fight. That motherfucker talking about fudge sickles and all this shit. And chocolate. Oh, I got me a chocolate brownie and a fudge sickle. Like, what? What does this even mean? That motherfucker. I got the cheesecake and cheese steak. You just be saying, it's not the same, bro. Realistically, basically, I got the chocolate brownie. It's not the same. I'm telling you, Gary Russell, the way he talk, bro, he making me want to see it just because he keep talking crazy. And maybe it's not as crazy as we think. Everybody's crazy. Everybody's labeled crazy until you do it. And I'm not saying he beats Crawford. I rate Crawford. But I'm just saying he talking like he's Superman. You might have to handle that. That's all I'm saying. Realistically. So, I don't know, bro. Especially for an ESPN little fight, non-pay-per-view. That Gary is not, like I said, he might take that 1.5. He might take that 1.5. And listen, people keep making these excuses saying Crawford, Gary Russell, he's too little, and won't. But the thing is, they like, he won't get credit. Kell Brook, it's the same thing. It's a so-called easy fight and you have nothing planned, make it happen. That's what I'm saying. Like, people are making me wonder if there's more than meets the eye or some shit. Because, like, look, if we really being real, look, see, I didn't want to have to cook y'all, but I'm going to cook y'all. Because that's what I'm about to cook y'all. If y'all want me to cook y'all, listen. All right. If we talking about excuses that could be made, since Crawford moved to welterweight, he fought Jeff Horn. I was at that fight. Jeff Horn this is, I'm not slanting nobody. I'm just telling you real life facts. Jeff Horn, I thought, lost to Pacquiao. So he would have never been a champion because Pacquiao really beat him. Pacquiao was on that ass. So I don't even think Jeff Horn, you know what I'm saying? I respected the effort, but I thought Pacquiao beat him. So if we're talking about excuses, that's one. Jose Benavidez. That fight was competitive in the early rounds, and then I think I said Jose Benavidez, Jose Benavidez. It was competitive at first, and then people said his leg gave out because he got shot in the leg. So that's another fight where there's an excuse that people used and could use because he got shot in the leg and he didn't have the same mobility. That's two. Then who else did he fight? Amir Khan. This motherfucker chin made out of plexiglass and shit. So stop. And Amir Khan came with the plexiglass chin, and Amir Khan was coming off a bad performance from Samuel Vargas, which he got dropped by Samuel Vargas. And you just seen this 22-year-old kid, Virgil Ortiz, destroy Samuel Vargas. And before that, Errol Spence and Danny Garcia. But Top Rank and Team Crawford still made the Amir Khan plexiglass chin on pay-per-view. Right? And he was coming off a bad performance. So that's three. Mean Machine. Mean Machine was the mandatory, but he too was coming off a bad performance. And he wasn't a big name and a big brand. He was coming off of a Ray Robinson draw. And I thought he lost to Ray Robinson. Go back and watch the fight. So what the fuck is the difference? What is the difference between, that's the whole welterweight, every fight you fought. You can make an excuse if we're really, analyzing everything for all of those. Same thing with Kell Brook. Same thing with Jose Cito Lopez. Jose Cito's coming off a loss. So that could be the excuse if you would have got that fight and beat him. Kell Brook eyes is fucked up from the Errol Spence fight and the Triple G fight. Plus he looked bad versus Michael Zarafa. So that's the same thing. You can make the honest question, so Jeff Horn really wasn't a champion. Jose Benavidez had a fucked up leg with a bullet in it. Who else was it? Amir Khan, plexiglass chin. You feel me? And then Mean Machine, and he was coming off a bad performance to Samuel Vargas, who's not world level at the highest of the world welterweight. You know what I'm saying? He said plexiglass is too strong. Hey, that's fucked up. Hey, you fucked up, Blue. You fucked up. Well, whatever. What's weaker than plexiglass? Wet newspaper then, whatever. The wet Sunday comics and shit. Same thing. Jose Cito coming off a loss. Kell Brook eyes is messed up. So we could do this all day. None of them are gonna give you absolute power. You know what I'm saying? Where Errol Spence. And see, speaking of Errol Spence, I didn't want to have to do this. But y'all made me. Someone said toilet paper chin. Oh, that Charmin, that TP. Bro, and nobody could get mad. I mean, they could try to get mad at me. But listen, get mad at yourself. Don't get mad at me. I didn't say this stuff. So I'm just a fair person at all costs. And I believe in the truth. Watch. Smash the like button. Man, who is Shannon Green? That sounds like a porn star or something. Who the fuck is Shannon Green? That don't sound like she in them flicks. Oomph. Shannon Green, get her out.
Is that just talk, or is that? How real is that? It's real. You know what I mean? I truly feel like when we fight, I'm gonna fuck him up. And he feel the same way. So that's why, it makes for a great fight. You got the two top welterweights in the division telling the media that they gonna fuck each one up. So let's see who's telling the truth at the end of the day.
The last time you and I spoke, Terence, one of the things you said was that, look, Top Rank and BBC and Fox and ESPN are working together. So if they can work together for Fury versus Wilder, why can't they work together for us? The Fury Wilder fight did well, but probably it didn't reach that kind of 2 million number that Bob Arum was looking for, and the big number. Do you think knowing what the Fury Wilder fight did, do you think that did enough to make it still likely that we can get those two groups together?
Well, you got to think the two biggest fights in the boxing, like, them was the two biggest fights to be made, and not taking anything away from Wilder and Fury, because my seat was right behind me, like I just, what I mean? So, winning the decision, it'd be a surprise. I felt like, and he got up, and he feel the same way. So that's why,
Hold on, yo.
It makes for a great anything else in the world. You can be 6.
Barely flexing here.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the part. I'm trying to find it.
What we gotta do, that's what we gotta do. I know, us fighters, we don't want to do that, but if that's what it came to, then, like I said, it have to happen. It have to happen.
Errol Spence did an interview recently, and one of the things I thought was interesting is that he said that you guys talk, whether it's via text message or communication. I mean, how often do you guys talk to each other?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't say we talk like that, but I hit him up a couple of times, and we got on FaceTime and spoke briefly.
What was that conversation like? I mean, he says kind of the same thing about you. Is that just talk, or is that? I mean, how real is that?
No, it's real. You know what I mean? Like, what you need, I got it. So I don't need.
So are you able to go? Like, do you go? How close would you say you are to being like kind of in fighting shape? Like, if you got a call for 6 weeks
boxing shape, because
man,
how do you feel about that? If that was brought to you, we can do a fight for you, but there would be no crowd there. How would you react to that?
Well, I have fighters, people coming. Then
does it takes to get people back in these buildings?
We take. Like I said, that was pretty much it. And I told him I was gonna fuck him up. And he feel the same way. Fury Wilder was in front of me, and I had tapped him. He hit my seat was right behind cattle quarter, right behind him, and his fight was in front of me, and I had tapped him. You know what I mean? Turned around, like, see? Like, I just, let him know, like, this is gonna be us, you know what I mean? And, and he was just.
What'd you think of Fury Wilder?
Hold on 1 second.
Can box.
Were you surprised?
The first fight.
On February 2021, I mean, do you throw dates out there?
I think I found it. Hold on. Y'all got to get these likes up, though.
Nah. It's just, when it happens, it's happening,
I mean, no, I don't. Everybody wants that fight to happen.
Look.
It's like we can't put no dates on anything. We got to go to the networks and all that. You got to go to your handlers. He's with Al Heyman. I'm with Bob Brown and Top Rank. And, they going to sit at the table, and we gonna have to talk sooner or later.
Do you get the sense from talking to him that, like, obviously he wants a comeback fight, but after that, does he want you?
I told him, he said he's going right into a fight with Danny Garcia or Pacquiao or me, or I told him, like, me personally, like, don't come back trying to fight me. Because that ain't the fight that, you really want on your first fight to come back. Like, I wouldn't even take that fight, given if it was offered to me. I wouldn't take it because it's a lose-lose situation. I wouldn't even take that fight, given if it was offered to me. I wouldn't take it because it's a lose-lose situation for me. But if, something was to happen and I knocked him out or I beat him up bad and they will say, oh, well, he's not the same Errol Spence. He's coming off a car accident, and this and that and this. And then that would never end. For my whole career, you know, even after my career, everybody would be talking about how I fought Errol Spence after he got the car accident, and I didn't want to fight him before the car accident. That would be the story of the line. So I just want to see him back to the old Errol Spence that he used to be, and then, you know, me and him gonna fight.
So you're probably right.
Bro, I could have been a detective. I told you. So, let's talk. It took a minute. I had to find it. Thank you guys for your patience. Get the likes up. Man, we got too many people in here. We got to get these likes up, bro. It shouldn't be. Listen, y'all can send money. Send money if you don't want to send the likes. If you don't want to do the like, if you ain't going to do that, just get the fuck off the channel. Send likes or loot. Your choice. Anywho, he just told you, like I told you, he had previously said, so that was April 13th this year. So it's not like it's in 2019 or something. He just said this in April. He just said, I wouldn't take Errol. He said, Errol said he going to fight Danny Garcia or Pacquiao. So Errol kept it a buck because November 21st, guess who he's fighting? Danny Garcia. One of the two people he said that Crawford acknowledges that he said he was going to fight. So that's there. So Errol kept it a buck and he stayed true to what he had mentioned, right? Terence Crawford, out of his own mouth in April, just told you, even if offered that fight, he first of all, he said, oh, it's up to the promoters and his people. He's with Heyman. I'm with Top Rank. Basically, all the politics involved. So we have to come to the table. But after that, he said, even if it was up to me and that fight was presented to me now, I would not take it because it's a lose-lose situation, right? It's a lose-lose situation where I don't gain because I'll never live that up in my career. They'll say I picked on Errol Spence if I knocked him out. They'll say I picked on him after the accident. So I wouldn't take it. So this is what he said. So this is what he said. This is not ego. You know what I'm saying? This is not like I made something up. I just let you listen to it. He said it. So once again, it's a bad look, in my opinion, for the Team Crawford because they're counting out all these various fights. A ton of them. Okay, so he just told you in April, even if given the opportunity, he wouldn't fight Errol because of a lose-lose situation because the rec will be, if he knocks him out, the rec will be used as an excuse. That's one. He said him and Sean Porter are friends since the amateurs and there's no reason to fight him. Sean Porter did a recent interview and said he talked to Bud and Bud said, not now. I got something brewing. Now is not the time. So that's Spence, Porter, Ray Robinson. Troy Killertainment King said disagree, but you cooking. This is what he said, though. This is what he said. He said Errol Spence, he's not ready with the accident, so it'd be a lose-lose. So now's not the time for that. He said he wouldn't fight Sean Porter because they're friends and he got something else brewing. That's what he just said. Then he said, who was the other person? Ray Robinson. He said he didn't lose Ray Robinson saying he won in the amateurs and he's saying he didn't really win like that and there's no point to fight Ray Robinson. I haven't heard Crawford say this, but Gary Russell, he said he, like Crawford fans or whatever, have said that Gary Russell's far too small and too little and it wouldn't get sanctioned. That's 4 people. That's 4 people. So to me, it kind of seems like Team Crawford are making up problems before they've arrived. He said Keith Thurman and Bomac said Keith Thurman and Kell Brook, they don't care about those fights because they don't got the belts. That's 6 people, bro. That's 6 people, guys and girls. That's a lot. So, okay, Gary's too small. Ray Robinson's too unknown. But what's the difference? Ray Robinson, Mean Machine. Neither one of them are big names. You see what I'm saying? You know, neither one of them are big names. So Gary's too small. Ray Robinson, he's too unknown. Porter, we're too tight and too friends. Keith Thurman, Kell Brook, they ain't got belts. Errol Spence, people will make excuses because he just got in the accident. That's 6 people, bro. That's 6 people. And I don't even know if I'm missing anybody. Someone said Mean Machine knocked him down. Yeah, that should have been a knockdown. But that's 6 people for one reason or not that can't happen or won't happen according to you and your team. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, like when fighters do this, to be honest, when fighters do this, it's a bad look because unless you're going to guarantee fight someone better than the people that you're discounting and putting off, then it doesn't make sense. So you can't say, oh, we ain't trying to fight Keith Thurman, he ain't got no belt. But then why was your team trying to fight Jose Cito Lopez? Thurman beat Jose Cito Lopez. And he don't have a belt too. So I don't get it. Somebody, maybe you can help me explain it, or you can explain it to me. Please let me know. Let me know how that works. Because Mike Coppinger of The Athletic, he just, man, what? Hold on, let me pull it up for you. Kell Brook, hold on. Kell Brook has been offered around $1.5 million for a November bout against WBO Terence Crawford. Jose Cito Lopez previously approached about fighting Crawford, but he's likely to fight Maurice Hooker on Spence Garcia undercard. So explain that. Bomac, a week before that tweet, did an interview with TBV, and he says, we're not interested in Keith Thurman. Why? That's a waste of a training camp. Why should we train and get the resources and sparring and all this and that? Keith Thurman just lost his last fight. Jose Cito Lopez lost his last fight. And guess what? Oh, that's right. He lost it to Keith Thurman. What are we talking about? Somebody need to let me know what we are talking about. If I'm wrong, so be it. I'll be wrong. But how can you say we ain't fighting Keith Thurman because he ain't got a belt? Jose Cito Lopez don't have a belt. We don't want to fight Keith Thurman because he's off of a Pacquiao loss. But Jose Cito Lopez is off a Keith Thurman loss. So what are we talking about? Pacquiao is a guaranteed Hall of Famer. And if you don't feel that way, you probably shouldn't even watch my channel. He's a guaranteed Hall of Famer. So there's not really much shame losing into a Pacquiao. So it doesn't make sense. You guys have to make it make sense to me. If you can do that, then step up. Let me know. But you can't say, oh, I don't want to fight this guy. He don't have a belt. Kell Brook don't have a belt. He didn't fight Keith because he was asking for 10 mil. That's not good, bro. Because Keith Thurman asking for 10 mil, everyone's going to start high. The whole thing is when it comes to negotiations, you would have to pick your price and then try to find a middle ground. What Top Rank and Team Crawford did is said, hey, Keith Thurman wanted 10 mil, which people think is ridiculous or whatever, if they think it's ridiculous, right? That fight would be on pay-per-view. That's not that ridiculous. But even if you felt it was ridiculous, guess what? That's a starting point. Instead of going to the media and saying, oh yeah, he wanted 10 million, that's it, and it's just end of discussion, why not negotiate from that? Why not negotiate? That's a starting point. What was Keith Thurman's? What is since everybody knows so much? Danny Garcia just said he got $3 million for Rod Salka. Danny Garcia said he got $3 million for Rod Salka. See, a lot of people get fooled that like these companies don't got money. They got money, and it would be pay-per-view anyway. Crawford versus Keith Thurman, I'll happily pay on pay-per-view. I'll happily pay for that. Oh yeah, what about you guys? That's a good fight too. I don't know, bro. Okay, but here's the other thing. See, my thing is this. The whole situation with Crawford, it's not even one person. Okay, Keith Thurman asked for 10 million. Fine, whatever. Gary Russell didn't ask for 10 million. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's Ray Robinson, he asked for 10 million too. Bro, there's no way any of y'all can win this. Because Keith Thurman, okay, fine. F him. Porter just fought for $1 million against Sebastian Formella. He didn't ask for 10 million. Ray Robinson didn't ask for 10 million. Gary Russell didn't ask for 10 million. So I don't even care. It's not just my argument is not one person at all. This is not even one. It's the whole totality of fighting anybody, like fighting anybody with the brand. Anybody with a brand. Gary Russell didn't ask for 10 million, but then he's too small. He's too little. Hey, if he want to work, then he want to work. Oh, that Formella dude. Yeah, he did. He definitely went the distance with Sean Porter, athletic ass. Bro, it's just too many. There's like guys and girls. There's too many options to me. Bro, you can't just. Okay, Pacquiao just said he's not fighting this year. And Errol Spence is booked up. So that's not realistic for Bomac to have said. He said that, and those things were very obvious even at the point he said it. So you want to fight two people in the whole division, and one of them already had a fight. So that means you only want to fight against Pacquiao. You only want to fight against Pacquiao. And now Pacquiao came out and said he's not fighting. So what does that leave you with? That leaves you with going against what you said you wanted. How can you take a hard stance in a sport like boxing in the year of a pandemic and say, I only want two guys, and if I don't get them, then what? That means you're not going to fight? Or you're going to, guess what? You're going to have to fight someone lesser. You're going to have to fight someone that doesn't have a belt or whatever. That's just the reality of it. And then the other people being linked is Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor for them to fight Crawford at some point. But guess what? When they move up, they ain't just going to automatically have a belt. So that whole belt argument it doesn't hold up. Keith Thurman not having a belt, it doesn't hold up. Because nobody outside of Crawford, Spence, and Pacquiao have a belt. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's that's not realistic. Especially when you can't fight yourself, so that only leaves Errol and Pacquiao. Pacquiao is not fighting this year, per his own trainer, Freddie Roach, and Spence already had his fight booked up at the time you said that. That doesn't make sense, bro. So that means you don't want to fight nobody. You don't want to fight this year. Mayweather, Crawford, man, stop it. Stop. Floyd ain't finna come out and fight no Crawford. Ramirez and Josh Taylor, when they move up, they won't have a belt. And I've heard Crawford talk about that fight. You see what I'm saying? So it's just, no matter who it is, it seems like finicky. Like it's like little kids. You ever try to narrow down what a little kid wants to eat? Oh, you want some spaghetti? Mm-mm. You want some cereal? Mm-mm. You want some mac and cheese? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You want a ham sandwich? Mm-mm. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich? All right, your little ass don't want to eat then. That's how I look at it. If you ask the kid all these different things, and you like trying to cater to him, you want McDonald's? Mm-mm. Burger King? Mm-mm. And they just keep saying no. All right, you just gotta pick for them, or don't eat. Fuck it. AB said he going back down to 140, so I don't think the Crawford fight is gonna happen. I don't think that'll happen. Bud said he could make 35, but he definitely said he's going back to 40 at least. So that's not going to happen. Yeah, make sure y'all smash the like button. So, yeah, I don't know. This is the predicament that he's in right now, bro. You can't, like, I don't know, bro. He had a chance with Jermell at 54 with a dramatic story. Oh, that Twitter finger stuff. I don't know, bro. It is what it is. But, and see, this is the other thing is like Crawford, he's not on the side with all the kids in his playground. You know what I'm saying? And like what's going to happen is the world and the game don't stop for nobody. So at the end of the day, everybody's going to, like Errol Spence. Okay, here, this is the part, these are the things with Crawford, since we're coming out in the open being honest with the subject matter, is it just doesn't make sense. For example, Crawford and Bomac in recent interviews, like in the last year or so, have been on wax saying they're the A side over Errol Spence. How are you the A side if you can't secure the big fights? Meanwhile, Errol Spence is doing 51,000 with Mikey, a known name, doing 16-5 with Sean Porter in the unification, fighting a two-time former champion, Danny Garcia, off of an accident. And then you might have to fight someone that Errol Spence beat in 2017, Kell Brook. This stuff don't make sense. It does not make sense at all. It does not make sense. And then Team Crawford have collectively said that we are the A side. It does not make sense. How can you retain this A-sideness when Spence is selling out Frisco at the Star, doing 15,000 people, I was there, against an unknown guy like Ocampo, and it still had 15,000 Texans in my ass. He's selling out Jerry's World alongside Mikey Garcia. I was there. It was lit. He's doing a great, I don't know if it was a sellout, but it was packed, you know, with Spence Porter. And then he's having David Benavidez, Anthony Durrell on the card. And now he about to run back another Fox pay-per-view. And in Crawford's team's like, nah, we the A side, we the A side. I mean, it just doesn't, it sounds delusional, to be honest. It really does. And that's not a slight on Crawford's skill. I respect him as a man. I respect him as a skilled fighter. But it doesn't sound right. Because you're fighting Mean Machine on a card with Mick Connellan, and they loaded it up with Teofimo, Richard Comey title fight. And that was the one fight that Top Rank did last year that did over $1 million. One fight. Errol Spence's numbers, like he's doing pay-per-view numbers, and they in the 300, 350 range. Now this Danny Garcia fight in the pandemic, who knows? It might go up higher. You see what I'm saying? Especially coming off the accident. So it's like I don't understand how Crawford's team, aside from saying we're the A side, how are you the A side when Spence keeps fighting the bigger names and selling out? and he's on pay-per-view. Every Crawford pay-per-view that they're setting him up with have turned in abysmal numbers. This is not hating. This is not, poking fun. This is reality. He fought Victor Postal on pay-per-view. They said it did 50,000 on HBO. And then they said it did 96,000, 100,000 versus Amir Khan. And the fight ended dreadfully. Errol Spence about to do his third pay-per-view, and he's done more in one pay-per-view fight than Crawford has done in 2 pay-per-view fights. And they were generally better cards and received better. Let's say Spence Mikey Garcia card that did 325,000. That's more than double what Crawford did on his 100,000 Khan card and 50,000 with Victor Postal. That's more than double. So I don't see how you could be the A side. Now, when it comes to them fighting, I don't know who wins. But I'm just talking about business and A side. You can't really be big-headed in this current market based solely off skill. Floyd Mayweather was the fighter that had it all. Bud Postal only did 50,000. Yeah. He said he didn't know it did 50,000. That's what they said. And that was a unification. Bro, my memory is crazy. And I went to that fight. Crawford Postal brings between 50 and 60,000 pay-per-view buys. Told you, I got the memory of an elephant. Look. According to Dan Rayfield of ESPN, the fight generated between 50 and 60,000 pay-per-view buys. The gate was a good one, doing almost 750,000. Canelo versus Kovalev did a $6 million, $7 million gate. Just to give you an idea. So, bro, it just don't make sense, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is. You can't, like, Errol Spence, like I said, Errol Spence in one pay-per-view has done more than Crawford both of his pay-per-views. That's not, like, reaching or nothing. That's the reality, according to what was reported, right? So unless they're lying and, you know, they added numbers. So how can you say that? How can you say you the A side? Like, what is it based on? A sideness is not based on skill, because there's a lot of guys that could be, like Broner, he could be the A side over Maidana, but that doesn't mean, does that mean he has like way better skill? You know what I'm saying? He lost to Maidana, so it's like A side is not that. You know what I'm saying? How good you are, who would win in a fight, and all that. Look, everything I'm saying is true. Everything. Look, this says Errol Spence hype show with Sean Porter drew 604,000 viewers. So that was like an all access type of show. And that did 604. So he did more on a preview show. Spence has a preview show that did more than Crawford on pay-per-view. Look. Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia scores just under 400,000 pay-per-view buys. So that's what I'm saying. What are we basing it off of? And then his fight with Porter did similar type numbers. So once again, you gotta make, for me, it gotta be logical and it gotta be rational and it gotta make sense. Bud is a great fighter, but we can't fall for the narratives anymore. That's true. And for me, I really want the best for Bud. I've followed his career. I've taken the trip to Omaha. You know, I've been out to Timeout Chicken. I've always given you guys coverage. But I'm also fair on my channel. That's never going to change, no matter who it's about. So, I don't know. We'll see what's next. But that's what happens when you say, like, oh, we ain't fighting Keith Thurman and do too much. You can't say we're not fighting Keith Thurman. Like I said, even if Keith Thurman wanted $10 million and that's too much, first of all, I don't think that's too much. They said Luis Ortiz got $7 million plus to fight Wilder on pay-per-view. So why can't, bro, Crawford versus Keith Thurman, that's a major fight. How can Luis Ortiz have a rematch? Okay, so keep this in mind. Luis Ortiz was knocked out by Wilder the first fight. He came back and had a rematch with Wilder, and they said he got $7 million plus. So how is Keith Thurman asking for $10 million so ridiculous? Ortiz doesn't speak any English or barely any English, got knocked out by the same man, then they put it on pay-per-view, and he got $7 million. Mikey Garcia fought on DAZN against Jesse Vargas, who left 147 and started fighting above 150. They gave Mikey $7 million. So Keith Thurman coming off a valiant effort against Pacquiao, him asking for 10, it's really not that ridiculous unless you just don't want to come up off no money. How did Mikey Garcia get? They said Golovkin got $15 million for Steve Rolls. Amir Khan fought against, what's the name? Amir Khan fought against Crawford, got $5 million plus upside of the pay-per-view. Now, the upside wasn't much because it didn't really sell no units. But had it sold units, we would have got more. Oh, shit. Ari said the same thing. See? Great minds think alike. He said Amir Khan got $5 million to fight Crawford. Why can't Keith get $5 million plus pay-per-view? See? That's what I'm saying. It's just a starting point. If you don't understand that, then you don't understand business. You don't understand business. So if you go to a Costco to do a job interview and they say, how much you looking to get it per hour? And you say $20. They might not pay you $20. But if that's a reasonable amount, like, shoot for it. And then they're like, hey, we can't give you 20, but I can give you $16.80. Then that might be better than what you thought you could get. And you always start off high in business. You see what I'm saying? Let's say you down on your luck and you show it. You don't have no poker face, then people going to take advantage of you. You go to Costco, how much you want to get? Man, give me $2 an hour and some Skittles. Like, they're going to see how desperate you are and how needy you are for a job, and they're going to abuse you. You see what I'm saying? So you always start high. Like the saying goes, you don't get what you're worth, you get what you negotiate. So Keith Thurman, he did nothing wrong by saying he won $10 million. He did nothing wrong. But you don't just run to the media. Oh, hey, how much did Keith Thurman want? $10 million? Ah, ha, ha, ha. and laugh it off. Like, really? So no further negotiations required or needed. It's just ha ha ha, stupid Keith. He wants $10 million. Bro, when you run and tell the media everything that happens, then that's cap. To me, that's cap. Because you don't even have to put out the number. If you ain't gonna give it to him, you ain't gonna give it to him. The only way you do that is you got an agenda and you're trying to make him look bad. But it actually does the opposite. It don't make Keith Thurman look bad. It don't make him look bad. He just came off of Pacquiao. How much y'all think Al Heyman is paying? Look at all Al Heyman top fighters. These motherfuckers in like Charlos, they in all types of whips and chains and jewelry. They look like they living life. Charlo's house look like he fucking goddamn Bruce Wayne or something. I'm Batman. They look like they eating. Errol Spence just bought a ranch and the motherfucker got horses and buffalo and all types of shit. Errol think he the last Mohican. So it looked like these dudes is out here eating. They on MTV Cribs and stuff. Danny Garcia always got the fresh cut, got a barbershop. So how much you think Keith Thurman was making for Pacquiao? Pacquiao still got a fan base. The fight did cool numbers too. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, of course Keith Thurman's trying to get that good money. Plus, you got to deal with politics. If it's a close fight and you fighting on somebody else's network, you don't know what the politics going to be. This is your career. Man, listen. Fighters got to start smartening up, period. They got to start smartening up because they so used to what boxing gives them. All right, do that. But watch this. But don't forget, Bob Arum said Thurman, Porter, and Garcia aren't worth negotiating for, only Spence. That's facts also. I was there when he said that. He said that at the Jose Benavidez Crawford fight. I was in Omaha for that. Right? But here, listen, I'm about to destroy y'all again. Listen, y'all not messing with new media. Period. I got the illest points. I'm going to make you feel these points. It's like Blue Blood said, when them numbers come across the table, it look unbelievable to him. That's the norm at PBC. Well, yeah, because, bro, just look at the Charlos living quarters and shit. These dudes be hopping out of all types of fly whips and stuff. They look like they living life and doing investments and stuff. But peep this. Look, we're not done. Listen. Save the best for last. So, Kell Brook has been offered around $1.5 million for a November fight on ESPN with champion Terence Crawford. All right. We unpack. I got a question. How is Kell Brook being offered $1.5 million by Top Rank, but just weeks ago, they said Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez was on the verge of collapse in negotiations because Teofimo was offered $1.2 million for a unification with allegedly the number one pound for pound that ESPN rates so highly, Mr. Two gold medalist, Muhammad Ali of this generation and all this stuff that they say to build Lomachenko. So my question is this: how is Kell Brook being offered more by Top Rank, and he's not a Top Rank fighter, to my knowledge, right? How is he being offered more money than Teofimo for almost an undisputed? And I gotta say almost because the WBC came in and fucked that one up by making Loma the franchise champion. But it's pretty much all the belts except for the WBC. So a near undisputed unification fight. Teofimo, I made videos about it saying he deserves more money. And y'all laughed at me, said, ha, you're stupid. You and Teofimo are stupid. he need to just sit down and be humble and take what they give him. You dumb son of a bitch. He asked for more money and it now looks like somebody came up with it. So how dumb was he? How dumb was I? Right? How dumb was I? See, this is the people, when you got that slave mentality, those are the ones that people go after. They don't go after people like me. They go after people like you because you gonna fall for it. You gonna fall for it. I remember I was doing them videos about Teofimo and they were saying, oh, he need to just take the money. I'm like, no, he don't. He need to try. I said, how you backed by Disney, ESPN, and ain't nobody can come out, and they were using the pandemic. Oh, it's a pandemic, and I don't know what are we gonna do with this money, and it's a pandemic year. Okay, so how you got 1.5 million for Kell Brook, which is not a fight that I even asked for. It's not a fight you asked for. How you got 1.5? You know why? Because Kell Brook has probably touched $1 million before, and he's not a top-ranked fighter, and they don't have many options for Terence Crawford, so they know they got to come to Kell Brook at least somewhat correct. They know he made money with Errol Spence. They know he made money with Triple G, and they know he's with Eddie Hearn or whatever his situation is now, so they know they can't dick him around, and they know they need him because Errol Spence is already booked up. Terence Crawford don't really have many options that make sense, that have any level of a name. Jose Cito, he's fighting on the card. They don't really have no one to fight. Pacquiao said his trainer said he ain't fighting today, this year. So how you got 1.5? Listen, just listen to me. How you got more money for Kell Brook with two bad eyes, ain't fought at welterweight since 2017. Last time he fought at welterweight, it was a knockout loss, but Teofimo's 22, just beat Richard Comey. He is a champion. Kell Brook's not a champion, right? Cardi says, ego, you're full of it. What did I say? What did I say that was a lie? I've been waiting for you. Shooters, stand down. What am I full of? Listen. I wait for these simpletons. Icy, don't do me like that. I just told you to not touch him. Bro, I'm trying to get this work. Bro, you got 1 minute. What am I full of? Yeah. Yeah, we got a hot seat. You got 1 minute. How am I full of it? The max you can waste is 1 minute of my time. Because they always want to waste it. How am I full of it? What have I said that you disagree with? 45 seconds. Breathe. Breathe. Come on. 30 seconds. How am I full of it? Breathe. You in the hot seat. Oh, man. It's not looking good for you, dog. 15 seconds. Breathe. Hey, shooter, what was his name? Snitch his name in the comment section. 6 seconds. Block him. Cardi Steve. Block Cardi Steve. Yo, minute. See, I told you they ain't got no work. They ain't got no work for me. The Don of all Dawn. Big Bank take Lil Bank. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about, Icy. Now you block him. Told you. See, they just here to cause distraction, but it's cool. I bookmark it in my head. How is Teofimo being offered 1.2 million to fight Lomachenko? So let me get this straight. Lomachenko is supposed to be this superhero and 2 gold medals and #1 pound for pound. And they're about to fight for all the belts except for the WBC full belt that Devin Haney has. And you have less money for him than Kell Brook. Make that make sense. How you offer Kell Brook? Nobody even asked for Crawford Kell Brook like that. How you got more money for Kell? See, they thought Teofimo was a chump because he's young. He that young boy. And they know what they've been paying him in the past. So they like, okay, this is a step up for you, young pup. And Teofimo's people was like, nah. And he's like, nah, we know what we in. And then they used the pandemic. Remember, this that old media stuff. They used the pandemic. Oh, it's a pandemic year, so we don't have money like that. See? But you got 1.5 for Kell Brook, huh? And nobody even asked for that fight. Meanwhile, Lomachenko versus Teofimo is one of the best fights of the year that everybody wants to see, and you offer him 1.2 million. How does that make sense? So to me, that stipulates a couple things. They thought Teofimo, because he's so young, he would just fall for the okie doke and get the low ball. Two, that to me, I think they know Teofimo could stretch Lomachenko. So they're just kind of like, You see what I'm saying? Like, they're not really in a dire rush to make the fight like that. Do you get what I'm saying? They're okay if the fight don't happen. Remember what Barry Hearn said when he was talking about Wilder? And he said, if they fight in 5 years, that's good. Or if Anthony Joshua never fights Wilder, that's quite all right. Remember Barry Hearn said that stupid shit when he was fishing? He said if he never fights Wilder, then that's quite all right too. Yeah. That's kind of what it is. They know Lomachenko might get done greasy, and then Teofimo finna do a backflip over his lifeless body. So they just kind of like, we don't have to make that fight. So they probably lowballed it to see if it would create fuss. Bro, just answer this. How do you have more money for Kell Brook versus Crawford than you have for Teofimo risking it all versus Lomachenko? That's like Canelo Alvarez getting more money to fight Alfonso Gomez, and you're willing to pay Alfonso Gomez more than Canelo to fight Mayweather. Come on, bro. Something's up with somebody's math. Why would you give Alfonso Gomez, to fight Canelo more money than Canelo gets to fight Mayweather? The bigger the fight, the bigger the bag. See, somebody getting ripped off. Man, fuck that Cardi Steve dude. He a wop. A weak ass. There's some whores in this out. There's some whores in this out. Yeah, he the real wop. Weak ass punani. Get him. There's some whores in this out. There's some whores in this out. Bro, this is looking suspect. You might want to file this on Law and Order SVU. Doom. Because this shit is looking suspect. I said put this on Law and Order SVU because this shit is looking suspect. Teofimo getting offered less than Kell Brook. Kell Brook ain't got no eyes and shit. Man, whatever. I'm out. Holla at the kid. You know what I'm saying. In your heart, you know what I'm saying is true. Ego Stradamus, we win again. It makes the most sense. I got to make the most sense in this game. That's why we're going to reap all the benefits. I told you I'm going to build a studio for y'all. I'm build a studio. We're going to do it that way. I'm going to build a studio. So if you want to contribute, put your money down. We're going to build a Boxingego studio. I'm going to show you how this boxing game, we're going to rule this with an iron fist. And I'm going to show you how it's supposed to be done. Watch. I got some ideas. I don't want to say too much, but I got some ideas, you see. Kelly Brook, a.k.a. Ray Charles. That's what I'm saying. This motherfucker ain't got no eye. Georgia. You got the right one, baby. I'm making do to do, baby. This motherfucking eyes finna fall. Man, come on. Georgia. I know that's right, baby. Motherfucker got Stevie Wonder glasses And Top Rank got a bag for him. Man, come on. Ribbon in the sky for do the 13 on them, baby. Things are getting bright. This motherfucker got ribbon in the sky glasses. Fuck out of here, bro. Ribbon in. There is some time. Ha. Writings on the wall. 13 on them, baby. Ha. Things. Get this songs in the key of life ass glasses. The fuck, man. I'm done. Y'all pissing me off. This motherfucker got them Scott Summers glasses. Optic blast. Motherfucker Scott Summers take his glasses off, blow everybody to smithereens and shit. Optic blast. Berserker rock. Optic blast. That motherfucker got that Scott Summers eyeballs from them Triple G and them Triple G in the Spence fight. That motherfucker got them Geordie LaForge glasses from Star Trek. Captain's log. Starship Enterprise. Man, get the fuck out of here. That motherfucker Geordie LaForge. We got them Geordie LaForge glasses. Fuck is you talking about? And you got 1.5 million for him. Okay. That motherfucker got the Rucker Hauer Blind Fury glasses and shit. Motherfucking Blind Fury from 106 and Park and shit. Man, I'ma find you uptown when I get down. Motherfucking Blind Fury was out here. Man, come on, bro. Y'all need to stop playing. That motherfucker got them Daredevil masks on and shit. Mask on. Mask off. Motherfucking Matt Murdock Daredevil ass eyes and shit. Fuck is you talking about? Remember that movie Don't Breathe? Where they broke into that dude's house? And that white dude with the wife beater? And he was looking for him, but he couldn't see and shit. You know, motherfucker, like, damn, how you getting chased by a blind? I'll fuck him up. I'll fuck cuz up. I ain't gonna front. Y'all remember that scary movie Don't Breathe? That old dude had no eyes and shit. And he was listening for them in the house. Who's there? Pulling out straps and shit. I'll fuck him up. Where he at? Y'all don't remember that movie? He pulling out shotties and shit. Listen. Running after him. Nah, hell no. I watched that. I went to the theater to see that. They're like, shh. That motherfucker was listening. I know y'all asses in here. Told y'all get out of my fucking house. Oh, you going to hell now. You going to hell. Bro. That motherfucker. Look, I just found it. That motherfucker was tripping, right? Hold on. That motherfucker had that burner and was really listening on some shit. Look. Y'all remember him? Bro, that motherfucker was listening with that gun. Bro, if you get killed by a blind dude, you kind of deserve it a little bit. I'm just saying. Bro, unless he had a Uzi or something. But if it's a blind dude with a pistol and you get clapped by him, you kind of like low-key deserved it a little bit, a little piece. Bro, how you get clapped by a blind dude with a pistol? Bro, I will creep up behind him with a baseball bat. Batter up. Bah. Oh, my. I will Mark McGuire this man out. What? Bro, what? I'm a tippy toe with that Louisville slugger. Bam, bro. I promise you. He's blind. Like, shout out to the blind people that watch. I don't want the motherfucker complaining to YouTube and Braille and shit on my shit. Listen, I had nothing against no. I'm talking about the movie. Motherfucker, Ego, your videos aren't in Braille. Like, what? Anyway. Bro, that Don't Breathe shit was cap. I'll fuck him up. I'll fuck cuz up. Man, that's what it is. I don't care if I'm in his house. How you gonna find me? Nah, Daredevil got superpowers and shit. Kingpin Daredevil. Fuck out of here. I'll fuck Daredevil up too. What is Daredevil's superpower though? I forgot. Ain't he a lawyer or something? That motherfucker do court papers, process your court papers. I don't know. They had homie Lethal in the movie. Bro, he was too lethal. He was in a wife beater listening for some shit. He was listening with the strap and shit. Bro, if like I said, if he clap your ass with a pistol just from listening, nah, you deserve it. You kind of deserve it, bro. That motherfucker was listening. No, listening to shit. Nah, his senses can't be that good. Hell no. Nah. I can understand if he had a seeing eye dog or something that was helping him, bro. He was just walking through his house and shit, listening for footsteps with that pistol. I know y'all ass still up in here. I know you're here. That shit. I'm gonna watch that again. Is that on Netflix? I never watched Book of Eli. Was he blind? Was Denzel blind in that movie? Oh, wow. I never seen that. I don't remember Denzel being blind in the movie. Yeah, all you motherfuckers, huh? Yeah, so you ain't gonna let me have vision in this one, huh? I can't see without my prescription, huh? Yeah. Bro, I can't even picture Denzel being blind. Yeah, okay. I've been walking for thousands of miles, huh? Looking for this book. And I couldn't see, and you didn't want to help me. They don't know me, though. He was raw in that, blind. I got to watch that. Y'all get me hype. I'm about to go watch a movie. Shit, Kell Brook finna be in the Book of Eli. No, that's fucked up. I'm just saying, bro. You fighting Crawford? He might be in the Book of Eli too. The Book of Kelly. Do your Tyson impression. Man, fuck that. I ain't doing no Tyson. I'm not even in the mood, bro. What if Tyson was blind, though? LJ, stop it. Stop encouraging this. Ryan Garcia, Tanadea. I thought he fighting Luke Campbell. I thought he was fighting Luke Campbell. I don't know, bro. Y'all confusing me. Man, Dillian White seemed angry in the motherfucker about this loss. Y'all seen these Dillian White like, bro, Dillian White is the worst type of person that got knocked out because he had like a chip on his shoulder. Like, all you have to do is just chill out, bro. Chill out, Smokey. It's Angel Dust. Like, Dillian White, you tried, you lost. Dillian White keep explaining shit.
There's a lot of people on social media talking rubbish. You got growing man like Frank Warren, Bob Arum, and those guys like laughing and gloating at the fact that I lost. Then you got Andy Ruiz who turned on fights with me, but no, I lost. He's happy that I've lost, so they didn't have to fight me. You know, these guys are a bunch of cowards. Boxing's full of cowards. There's a lot of people on social media talking rubbish.
Hey, man. Why? The UK, y'all got to stop, bro. Y'all got to stop. Please. Because in America, it's not translating well. Now he's saying people are gloating because he lost. Bro, you didn't shake Povetkin's hand. You laughed at Wilder. Like, bro, I can't deal with this energy, bro. It's really weird. Bro, Sky Sports interviewed Deontay Wilder. I mean, after Deontay Wilder lost to Fury, they interviewed Dillian White, and he's like, and he was laughing, bro. And now he's saying, oh, yeah, you got a lot of grown men. They laughing at me because I took my loss. What? Where they do this at? The UK is looking strange in boxing, bro. They really are.
His feet, but I would have stopped him on the floor.
Do you think throwing in the towel was the right decision?
They should have stopped the fight 2 rounds before. I think they allowed him to take too much beating, but obviously I get it. He's a champion. He's been reigning for a long time, so they give him a bit more time than he needed. But I think he took a serious beating. He definitely needs surgery in his ears because his equilibrium is burst.
In the aftermath of this fight,
Sorry, I'm just laughing because he got beat up so bad.
Bro,
Someone, he wants to get a body in his record. He's the hardest puncher in the whole division. He could have beat Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. You could say he could have beat all these guys in their prime. No, he couldn't. He don't have the stuff that them guys had. Them guys had incredible toughness, incredible boxing IQ, good movement, good jab, good. Dillian White had was just a good right hand. And because he's tall and skinny, and a lot of people who fight is well overmatched, he just gets them by surprise when he just he's just funny, man. It's just fun. This guy talks so much crap.
Bro, he just said that's after Wilder lost to Fury. Wilder didn't lose like that, bro. He didn't get knocked out like that. And he's like, yeah, that's my. He said the man talks so much crap. What does Dillian White do? You know, bro, you got to make this make sense. And then now he's mad, saying people are gloating and laughing at him. Man, the hypocritical thinking is crazy right now. He's just saying, you was like cracking up when Wilder lost, but now he's mad at Frank Warren and Bob Arum and Andy Ruiz. What are we talking about? Bro, it's boxing. This is what you signed up for. You're going to either win. When you knocking people out, you don't say nothing. They got to deal with that pain. You got. It is what it is. Povetkin set you up nicely. Now he's talking about he wanted to rematch. Bro, he said he want to go back. Some fighters go into hiding after defeat. Dillian White is certainly not one of them. He should go into hiding.
I swear to God, I was excited.
Listen.
I've never been this excited for a fight before in my life. I swear to God, I was excited for the first fight, but no, it's like turning pro all over again. You know when you first this is what I feel. It's like turning pro all over again. That's how I feel. You know, I'm just like I'm buzzing. I want to go to training now. I'm forcing myself to take the 2 weeks rest. But listen, it's all good. Listen, I'm a guy that I learn quick. You know, it's all good. Listen, you know, now I can't wait. I just can't wait to get back in there, man. I just want to go. I want to go now.
I don't like that, bro. He sound like he needed to just chill, bro. He said, I learned things quick. I want to go back right now. He said he's forcing himself to take 2 weeks off. Bro, you need to take a little bit longer than 2 weeks. Bro, he was knocked out unconscious. Ego, a.k.a. the Stream King. Shout out to T Bonafide. Bro, he was knocked out unconscious. You're not supposed to just get it. It's not like you just took a power nap. Bro, you were asleep, knocked unconscious, blunt force trauma. And he says he want to go back to the gym and what? I don't know, bro. The UK, listen, the UK don't care about their fighters. Fuck that. There's no way you can say. They egging this shit on. So when the motherfucker turn into a vegetable, man, fuck that. Y'all ain't got no class, no respect for fighters. Bro, the man was knocked out unconscious. And motherfuckers, Eddie Hearn and shit, they trying to put him right back in with the killer. They trying to put him back in the killer. you're not doing your man a service. There's a chance he could beat Povetkin, just catch him clean or something like that. Come in aggressive. I don't know. But that's a big gamble. And he's like, man, I want to go back in there. He's like, oh, 1,000,000%. I could beat him 1,000,000%. How is it 1,000,000% you can beat him, but you didn't beat him? That don't make no sense. 1,000,000% you could beat him, but you didn't beat him. That's like me running for president and then losing, and I'm like, 1,000,000% I could be president. Not from the looks of it. Like, they didn't vote me. What the hell? I didn't get elected. How the fuck is it 1,000,000% I could have did it? Why? If you could do it, then why didn't you do it? Hey, Icy, why you block him? He's a regular. Come on, bro. Y'all get the likes up. Icy, don't block him for that. I could have talked to him. Yeah, that was extreme. But he's a regular. You got to get used to that. He's a regular person. That's definitely not something. I feel you. I seen what he said. That's definitely you don't have to. He's a regular, so don't time him. But he could have just deleted his comment. You guys can tell people to delete you know what I'm saying? If it's something like that he's not like, trying to create a funk. That was a fucked up comment. I feel you on that. That was fucked up. I wouldn't have said that ever. But just tell him to delete his shit. And then if it doesn't, then we'll escalate to the next thing. He's definitely a regular though. But anyway, yeah, bro, they don't care about their fighters. Period. They just trying to put him back in there. Hey, bro. More shit. Told you. Top Rank trying the same trip. They said to ESPN, I don't think Pacquiao Crawford is going to be possible this year, maybe next year. Pacquiao, one of his managers, longtime manager, he posted this picture. Look what it says. Calling bullshit. Mr. King Palmer, appreciate you. Bro, he's funny as hell. Shout out to Sean Gibbons. Bro, he said he calling bro, that picture is hilarious. It said calling bullshit with this guy on it. That's funny. So that means okay. So, bro, if you are a clout chaser in boxing, your time has come and went. New media is on the case. Bro, so Bob Arum keeps throwing it out there that Crawford could fight Pacquiao. Now first of all, he was saying he could fight in Dubois or some Dubois. Why can't I say it? Am I tripping? Hold on. Dubai. I kept saying Dubois, fucking Daniel Dubois. I'll be on my boxing too much. I don't know why I kept saying Dubois, because he got to fight this fucking weekend. See, I always got boxing on the brain. I could not say Dubai. I kept saying Dubois. That shit was hard. Anyway, it's just, bro, the clout chasing is looking horrible in boxing. And I don't know if Crawford really believes this, that Bob Arum is in the Middle East trying to secure Pacquiao. They did not give you Pacquiao when he was with Top Rank. You were with HBO. Pacquiao was with HBO. Yes, it's up to my promoter, Bob Arum. You guys were with the same people, and the fight didn't happen. How are you going? That's why I didn't make one video about this, because I knew it was cap. Why would I make a video about some stupid shit and waste my time? Do you guys really think my time ain't money? Bro, I have so much stuff I could be doing. I told you I'm trying to build a studio. I could be talking to LJ on the phone like, what's up, LJ? What's up? How's you doing? I could be doing anything. You know what I mean? I don't just make video. Like, I get paid, but y'all think I just be making videos? Hell no. I try to make content that actually means something. I'm not just every story, every fucking... There was no legs to the Pacquiao Crawford shit. And now you have Pacquiao's manager saying call bullshit. It's just clout chasing. Pacquiao's whole career with Top Rank was built on the pretense and on the back of Floyd Mayweather's name, and that fight would eventually manifest. Now they're trying to do that with Crawford. That's like the old media way. It's like a changing of the old guard. You're not gonna just be able to sell people a dream like that. You know, oh, Crawford's gonna fight Pacquiao. Listen, put it this way: in boxing, if you could do it, you would have did it. Period. Does that make sense? If you can do it, you would have did it. PBC, they can make Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. They did it. Charlo, both of them on pay-per-view in great fights. Rosario, and then also against Derevyanchenko. They can do it because they did it. Right? Mayweather, Canelo, they could do it because they did it. You see what I'm saying? If you could do it, there ain't nothing to talk about. You would just do it. If Floyd said, I'm going to fight Conor McGregor, the shit happened. But there's a lot of Eddie Hearns and Bob Arum where they're saying stuff, but we're not really seeing it. They're negotiating through the media and saying this, that, and the third, but where is it? We still haven't heard Teofimo Loma officially announced. We still haven't heard Luke Campbell and Ryan Garcia officially announced. So how are you talking about Pacquiao Crawford in Dubai? So you can always expect when Bob Arum and Crawford team and stuff start doing all these names and stuff, round robin, that it's usually not the person. It's like misdirection tactics. Pacquiao in Dubai, right? And then you know it's Kell Brook, period. If the names are Kell Brook, Pacquiao, or Mikey Garcia next for Crawford, then just count on it being Kell Brook, period. So why even, like, that shit don't work anymore. Like trying to give false hope to something that's not there. You know, like I said, if you could do it, you would have did it. If you could make Crawford and Pacquiao in Dubai, there ain't nothing to tell the news media or Twitter media. There ain't nothing to talk about. Just make the fight, and I wake up and then it say, oh, Pacquiao fighting Crawford in Dubai. Cheerio. That's it. But that's not what's happening in boxing. We're doing a lot of shit because people can't produce. People can't produce the content that they want, so they rather talk about it or why they couldn't get it done. Eddie Hearn be doing it. Oh, yeah, we tried to make Dillian White versus Andy Ruiz, you know what I'm saying? You didn't make the fight. Oh, we tried to make Charlo versus Demetrius Andrade. You didn't make the fight. That's all I care about. What can you produce? I'm out. Holla at me. We working. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry I was late. That's why I went a little bit longer to make it